You mentioned social media. I'm going to do a little curveball. Before we do, this podcast brought to you by Americano. If you know, you know. Let's talk about social because you said that that's definitely helped with where you're getting some files from, as well as a couple other things. I want to focus on where the deals are coming from this year. And so let's talk social media first. Social media, what were you doing a year ago? Were you sending out the static cards? Were you making videos? Was it like one-offs here? Did you have a schedule? Did you lean into scripting? Like what did it look like before and why the focus now and how'd you get it off your plate?
So a year ago, it was, pardon my language, it was a shit show. I had absolutely no framework. I had no organization. I was not doing anything that was really mortgage related. I think if you popped onto my page, unless you read the bio, you probably wouldn't even know what I did for a living. You certainly wouldn't be reaching out to me to assist with a mortgage, that's for sure. I think I had known for a long time that I needed to level up my social. I just didn't want to. And that sounds terrible, but it was true. I don't love being in front of the camera, despite the fact I'm learning to. And that's been something that's been a point of growth, I would like to think. It's not somewhere I find I gravitate toward, but I realized that it was a hole in my business and it was definitely a detriment. People would ask for a business card, and who gives out business cards anymore? No one does. We all are directing people back to our social, but I didn't have any sort of presence on there. And I realized that there was a gap there. And so it took me a long time. The social media, the company that I'm working with, they're not exactly inexpensive, I would say, but I think they provide immense value and they're keeping me on track. If I didn't have that, I don't think I would do social.
You mean batch recording, right?
Yep, the batch recording, but they do post, all of my stories are me, but they have a framework and they are keeping me organized. If I had to take that on myself, I would probably have to hire another fulfillment person, which just didn't make any sense to me. I'm very much a believer in doing what you are an expert at. I know to stay in my lane. That is not an area where I have great expertise. Some people, some brokers, there's some amazing people on our team who do such a spectacular job on their social media and are killing mortgages, kicking butt at the same time. I know for me that if I was taking time away and spending and devoting that specifically on doing the social myself, my business would end up suffering. So it was like, okay, I need to then hire the company that is going to help me be consistent and, get my messages and communicate what I want to out on social so that when clients are either looking for me, maybe they've been given my coordinates by their realtor or they found me through a mom's group, they know that they can check on my social and get a little bit of a snapshot and an idea of who I am and what I do.
And so you tried, I think, to just go like the daily stuff where you get on and you talk about something in the moment. And then you realized you got busy. That fell off like most people. And so naturally you went to the next one, which is batch recording. So you batch script one day, then you batch record. And so I'm assuming it's a scripting day once a month, a recording day once a month. You hired a company who comes in with a fancy camera. You either go to them or they come to you. You then walk through in a couple hours all of your videos. Maybe you get out 20 in that time, 15 to 20 something, and you're done for the month. They come back fully edited, these 30 to 60-second short form videos, and then they post them for you on is that the gig?
100%. Yep. Everything is me.
Yep. Yep.
It's all my scripts. It's my voice, everything. But I am being held accountable because they're kind of doing a lot of the day-to-day legwork that I just know if I was left to do it myself would probably end up falling off. And it certainly wouldn't have the level of consistency that I know is necessary to be successful on social for the purpose of what I'm trying to do.
Yep. I see a lot of brokers, they're struggling, and a lot of them are, I think, quite frankly, just trying to be cheap. And so they're trying to jam themselves into this spot where they commit to doing it every day. And within a week, it falls off because they don't get the results they want because their expectations are unreal. They're making content to get files when in all reality, it should just be getting more exposure and opening up conversations. And then you said, I'm not going to do that. I already know I'm not going to do it. So let's just call it what it is. Now what do I do? So you went and hired someone, you set that up. Love, love, love it. There's a lot of brokers I know doing that, and they wouldn't be doing social, like you said, if they didn't do that.